Hello, everyone. This is Maurizio, editor-in-chief of Power Electronics News, and welcome to this new episode of Wind Down Friday. Today, our guest is Reza Chaji, co-founder, CEO, and co-founder of VueReal. Hi, Reza. Welcome aboard. How's it going?
Hi, how are you? I'm good. Enjoying a bit of summer in Canada.
Good. I'm fine. Thank you. Thank you. And I am in Italy, so it's hot. You can imagine.
Nice.
So, Reza, in this new episode of Wind Down Friday, I have prepared a couple of topics, questions to share with you. So, let's start talking about you. Let's start with a little background from you. What inspired you to co-found your company, VueReal? How has your vision also evolved during these years?
Yeah. So I after university and after I finished my master, I started working on processors. So I did a bit of work on the DSPs, digital circuit, VLSI, stuff like that. And then I joined University of Waterloo for my PhD. So my PhD was a bit away from my background. It was focused on larger electronics, using display fabrication to develop advanced kind of system. At that time, OLED was early infancy. There were a lot of issues with OLED. So I developed a solution to use kind of it was a hybrid of uh, uh, DSP processing, mixed signal CMOS, and then the TFT backplane to fix some of the challenges with OLED in terms of the lifetime reliability, uniformity, and the yield and cost on large area TV. So the solution evolved and developed. It became part of a startup that we licensed that to technology to LG, and LG uses it in almost most of their OLED TVs. So it was kind of a hybrid solution. One of the things that I realized during that time was that this OLED is beautiful display. You can do a lot in terms of image quality, black,
Mhm.
color. It's perfect power consumption. It can do a lot, but it's just a display. Um, if you look at all modern electronic, the main real estate is the display. The other thing is that as we are evolving and moving toward more immersive autonomy and AI integrated kind of applications, the communication with those devices need to change. As it before, we were telling the tools or the machine that we were building what we want them to do. Now they need to tell us also that what they are going to do. So it's a completely different things because now they become smart. They can actually act and do stuff that without us knowing. So it's a little bit of different between the previous and the display. The current display would have hard time to achieve that. So that's kind of where we started focusing what we can do. And the idea was that if we can take all the functionality that we can do in the wafer level semiconductors and bring them to the surface, now we can create advanced system. We can do displays, we can do sensors, we can do a lot of other things in one surface to enable that. And that's where the idea of a micro semiconductor, micro solid printing kind of started. We started working on different solutions to enable that. The primary target, because there were a lot of interest, we focused on the micro LED because the technology is the same. If we develop it for one device, then we can use it across all the other devices. And that's kind of where we started focusing and developing our manufacturing platform. Essentially, it's a platform that allows take devices from the wafer level semiconductor into the large surfaces and create different functionalities.
So your company has made the significant strides in micro LED technology. We have written different articles on powerelectronicsnews.com. So what do you see as the biggest opportunities, challenges in bringing this technology to mainstream adoption?
Mhm. So, I mean, on the display side, we have two very well-established technology. We have the OLED and the LCD, and they evolving, they're getting better. So
Mhm.
it's not a static kind of market that you need. so that you need to compete. So since day one, we focus on area that those display would have hard time to kind of develop and address the market. Because when you start from there and then you mature the technology, then you can go to the mainstream and take the
Mm.
majority of the market. Because micro LED has a lot of advantage over OLED and LCD, but the cost and maturity is against it. So you need an area of the market that you can penetrate, mature technology, grow, and then take the rest of the market. So
Yeah.
automotive has that potential. There is a lot of things changing in automotive. The way we drive the car, the way the car interact with us, the branding, everything is changing. So now it's a good opportunity to leverage what micro LED can do and influence even the design of the automotive. And that's where our main focus has been. We're doing a lot of lighting in automotive. We're doing a lot of displays and then also working on some advanced sensors for automotive. So that's kind of the main focus. And then from there, we would take what we have done and bring it to the consumer for the next level consumer market products.
So you have more than 200 patents. So you have contributed to over 200 patents. So which innovation or patent are you most proud of? So and why?
Mhm. Some of the patents, they have actually a personal story attached to it, which make them a
Mhm.
bit more interesting, not just from the technology, but the
Yeah,
way things
sure.
happen. Um, so we have some key patents also on the micro display for
Mhm.
augmented reality. And it was very interesting when the first day that we started making micro LED, by luck, we made the micro LED. It works. It was beautiful, bright, and everything. We had hard time repeating that for a couple of weeks. We were trying everything. We do this, we do that. Nothing works. And at the end, we found out that actually our ohmic contact were not. We had an issue, and we needed to fix that. And after we fixed that, is working again. So when I was driving kind of from home to work, and I said, okay, this is if it's so sensitive to ohmic. So one of the things that actually I had a very interesting and very wise supervisor for my master. He passed away, unfortunately, but he influenced a lot of student life, including myself. One of the things that he was always say, if something is wrong, either fix it or featureize it. So he said, never leave it. So that was his kind of his motto, either fix it or featureize it. So now I learn anything that goes wrong when I look at it, I said, can this be a feature? So I was looking at this issue of the ohmic and then so okay, if it's so sensitive, is there a way we can use that to create very high pixel density without actually creating a small LED? Because as you make the LED small, you're going to lose the efficiency and all those things. And so I talked to the team and said, can we do a test? And we did a test and it works beautifully. So we used that to actually show the full HD demo 2019, an AR display. Now we are using that and moving it toward some products, some color version of that. So yeah, so it may not be from technology point of view, it's amazing, but as I mentioned, it may not be like other impactful like our microsolid printing that would influence a lot of industry. But this has a personal history and attachment that, as I mentioned, touched my masters and my supervisor and what I learned from him and how I progressed that to a good product.
Nice, nice. Thanks for sharing, and of course, congratulations for your 200, all 200, more than 200 patents. So your company was recognized as one of the Deloitte Canada top 50 companies to watch in 2023. So please correct
Mhm.
me if I'm wrong. So how did this that recognition feel? So what does it mean for the team?
Yeah. So any recognition that outside recognition is always a good thing for a team morale. It helps them to understand that what they're doing also is noticed by outside. So from that perspective, it always has a huge impact. From our side, that means that now we have to even focus and deliver and make it happen faster. So that's kind of where our focus been and has been and will be for the next few years. The way we see this technology and this platform, in addition to display, as I mentioned, it can go to a lot of other markets as you start integrating sensors into the surfaces without limitation and at the cost that you can do for displays. Now, this could influence a lot of market. Health is one of them. And if you look at most of the health tracking system, fitness tracking system, they're very premature. They have only one or two sensors. They can only do very limited data collection. The data accuracy is not that good. So imagine if you can combine thousands of sensors, different type of sensors into a surface at the low cost. That device now could end up in a personalized health monitoring system that not only control or detect your fitness information, but can also prevent some of the stuff that could happen in future, can help you plan your life, your health to improve a lot of those. So that's kind of where makes us very excited and make us work harder to make it happen because the influence that we would have is going to be beyond just a beautiful entertainment or communication or automotive. It could have huge impact on health, and that's where we are. We are very excited. Every single step that we make on display and developing display and lighting get us closer to that end goal.
Thank you, Reza. So let's switch the gears. So, what do you enjoy most about leading a team, your company in this case, at this cutting edge of technology? You are the co-founder, the CEO, you have a strong background in terms of technical and also not technical business, I mean, profile. So how do you keep also yourself and your team motivated?
Mhm. So one of the things that actually is VueReal has always been and is even now is more important as we are getting kind of growing and we need to scale. It's idea always win. Doesn't matter who
Mm.
and where it come from. Especially now that we have such focus groups, we have our business group, we have our technology, we have our manufacturing, operation, tools, expansion. So one of the things that makes me kind of very happy every day is coming to a team that are so diverse, so knowledgeable that every day I'm going to get challenged and learn something new. That's kind of makes it for me very appealing. Every single day I would learn something and it makes it, uh, so that's kind of where keep me excited beside all the other impact and all the other things. That's kind of interaction with the very diverse and high caliber team. So it's like any company when you bring these people and you trust them, they can do magic, and that's what we are doing at VueReal. And when you create that environment, you're always going to enjoy it. You're going to have fun.
So last one before concluding. So let's talk outside of the lab and boardroom. So as the philosophy of Wind Down Friday, our community would like to know more about what there is outside of you. So what's your favorite way to unwind after a busy week? A favorite book, hobby,
Mhm.
wine you would like to share?
Yes. So I have a young family. For me, spending time with my kids is the most relaxing time. I forget everything. I love their kind, naive kind of approach to the world. It's so beautiful to see that we all started from there, and then under the complexity of life, we got twisted and all these things. Seeing that how life can be simple, enjoyable, and kind, it's always amazing. And so when I go in the backyard and play with my son and we do soccer or different things, it's just amazing. I enjoy every single moment of it. So that's my kind of my best things. I love movies as well. So when time permits, I would definitely watch a movie. I always enjoy that.
Good. So thanks a lot for joining us at Wind Down Friday, Reza. I wish you a great weekend and stay in touch. Thank you, Reza.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate this.